When it comes to action movies from the 80s, it is hard to think of a film that doesn't define the era better than John McTiernan's Predator, a film all about a paramilitary rescue team who get hunted down by an extraterrestrial creature. Predator was a cheesy sci-fi action flick that very much pleased its target audience on its release, but it left many others unsatisfied. However, over the years, the movie has gained status as a classic, and like many of you, I absolutely love it. Let me explain. Hi all, I'm the Grinning Critic and I love talking about movies with a grin. Luckily today, I can talk about a movie with a massive grin on my face, as I love Predator. As I mentioned in my intro, when this movie came out, it was met with very mixed critical reception. Just read some of the reviews from when the movie came out. The New York Times described the film as grisly and dull with few surprises. The LA Times stated that it was arguably one of the emptiest, feeblest, most derivative scripts ever made as a major studio movie. According to Rotten Tomatoes, it's the 5th best Predator movie. What I think has made this film age so well is its portrayal of masculinity. Movies and much of modern society nowadays feel afraid to embrace masculinity, viewing it as toxic and dangerous. Male heroes are deconstructed, being portrayed as weak, lesser versions of female counterparts, and going back and just watching a movie that embraces manliness as a strength makes this movie feel special. This is all elevated by the brilliant performance of the lead Dutch from Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is brilliant at embodying this macho man persona. You buy into him being this confident leader of his team. While admittedly some of the members of the team feel mildly surface level in their characterizations, feeling a little disposable, they're fleshed out well enough for you to buy into their relationship to Dutch as a team, who are plagued by their naiveness, their weakness, which is the antithesis to Dutch's strength. These weakness traits are what causes many of their fates to be met with a grisly end, from a predator. As for the Predator itself, it's handled really well, and it's really elevated through the direction of John McTiernan. Through McTiernan's presentation of the Predator as this invisible creature who can camouflage into its surroundings and make sudden appearances at random points, McTiernan is able to build up an eerie atmosphere, making this film a very effective slow burn to watch, which is enhanced by the movie's location choice, a vast jungle landscape that feels claustrophobic and unnerving due to the lack of knowledge that the characters have about this place, and the seeming lack of limitations to its boundaries, enhanced by the trappings of its confined nature. When the Predator takes off its mask to reveal its face, it's a horrifying moment. That thing looks sick, and that's because of how well the scenes have built up to it. Due to his amazing direction, McTiernan has been able to transport you into the character of Dutch, so you're feeling the same emotions that he's feeling when he sees this character's face for the first time. And the design of the monster, it's sick. That thing just looks beautifully ugly in the best way possible. Man, it is such a good design. And due to the impressive usage of prosthetics and makeup, it still holds the test of time and doesn't look dated in any way. I'm so glad that this wasn't some CGI creature, as it probably would have looked ugly that way. Using prosthetics is what really works for these kinds of creatures. Because no amount of computer trickery can create something that just feels so real, so tangible, so horrifying. It's just impossible. Only the work of a handcrafted artist could create something so horrifying. As for the other visual effects in this movie, sure they are somewhat dated, but there's a charm to their simplicity that works well with this movie's tone. A very cheesy, light-hearted tone. As for the other production elements, this movie's an amazing production. Alan Silverstride's musical score is an all-timer. It's just a perfect tune to this kind of movie. It really adds a sense of urgency and tension to the scenes. The cinematography is beautiful, being able to effectively transport you into these characters' environment. It encapsulates the jungle as being the threat that the movie tries to make it be. Predator is a brilliant sci-fi action movie. It's an 80s classic that has stood the test of time. It looks great, the action sequences are epic, it can be funny and hammy frequently, and most importantly, it's entertaining. I'm going to give Predator an A. Now, one element of criticism in this movie that I've seen many people address that I'd like to briefly shine a light on is its comparisons to Alien. Because it's pretty clear that this movie did borrow somewhat from Alien, but it's clearly a movie that was made by someone who understands what made Alien so great and applies this template into their own movie successfully, with a different creative voice and flair. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm the Grinning Critic, and don't forget to subscribe to me. It'll keep me grinning, that's for sure.